California. JP Nicoletta, Sean Waxman, and Dr. David Baffa here one last time for the final session here at Worlds. The long-awaited, much-anticipated men's plus 105 kilo A group is about to begin. Let's meet our competitors.
These are the athletes in this session. From Czech Republic, Yuri Orsag. From the Islamic Republic of Iran, Behdat Salimi. From Estonia, Mart Same. From Hungary, Peter Nagy. From Turkmenistan, Hoja Muhammed Toychiev. From Algeria, Walid Bidani.
And here is our start list for the men's plus 105 group, and this is huge in every way, shape, and form.
Huge lifters, huge numbers on the board, huge outpouring of fan support here in the stadium as well.
Yeah, I was just asked, you know, has anybody ever opened up with 210 in a competition?
At a Worlds, I don't know.
At a Worlds?
Maybe, honestly, maybe Antonio Krastev, who I think
is in the house.
Is in the house, but I don't know. Well, Mickey Mouse is in the competition apparently. I don't think he's opening up with 210.
He's certainly not open with 210.
Here is Yuri Orsag of the Czech Republic, two-time Olympian. This is his 4th Senior Worlds.
He's got 180 listed as an opener. Probably be one of the first competitors we see out here. There is one of our favorites,
Behdat Salimi. He does not have 180 listed as an opener, and his presence here is a huge deal. He did the Olympic record 216 kilo snatch in Rio. Clean and jerk did not go his way.
No, it did not.
But that competition with Lasha, it's back. He's back, and it's on. Here's Mart Same.
He's interesting to watch. He is like a brute.
He is very strong, can squat a house.
And may not factor in the snatch, but will be in this thing when we get into the clean and jerk. That's right. Now we have Peter Nagy of Hungary, two-time Olympian, 8th Senior Worlds.
Very old man that can still lift a lot of weight.
A lot of weight. And a young man.
Yes.
For this group, Hoja Muhammed Toychiev of Turkmenistan, and this is a guy who has been on the rise, and he has been in a few Worlds, but you know, in his first Worlds in 2011 he did 395. Last year he did a 431, and you got to think this is a warm-up for next year for him. He's going to be all about it.
Worlds, of course, in Turkmenistan next year. There is two-time Olympian Walid Bidani.
2nd Senior Worlds. He wasn't in Houston, but back in 2014 in Almaty, he did bomb out, so he's probably looking to make good on that.
Yeah.
And now we have the 2nd of 2 lifters from the Islamic Republic of Iran, Saeed Ali Hosseini, and he's an interesting one. Had a lifetime ban, reduced to 12 years, reduced to 8 years, and cleared just in time to get into this event. And you got to think, if he is here, he's going to do something big.
And he hasn't lifted since he was a junior.
That's right. He's the junior world record holder, by the way.
Uzbekistan's Rustem
Jangabayev.
he's going to be, I think, a threat, because opening 195, 2016 Olympian, 432 total. That might be the podium. There is Fernando Reis, 6-time Pan Am champion. Saw him in Brazil, in Rio, at the Olympic Games, just off the podium.
Now now we have the man for the moment.
Right.
World record holder in the snatch, defending world champion.
Strongest man in the world.
At the moment.
Olympic champion.
And he is on the board right now with a 2:10 opener. And Sean, that's what you were alluding to when we opened the broadcast. Have we ever seen anybody open this big? I'm sure it's happened, but
I'm not sure it's happened.
We're not times.
Sure. Yeah.
It's hard to think when, but I mean, this thing is set up for something really special. Remember, the world record in the snatch is 217, but we know that Lasha has done 220 officially.
Yes.
And if this thing goes right, it could happen here on this stage right in front of us. And I just can't believe it.
Just over 30 seconds until the start of what is going to be a really hotly contested competition. It's a chance for Bedad Salimi here, our 2012 Olympic champion, to get a sort of grudge match up against our 2016 Olympic champion, Lasha Talakhadze. So in a couple minutes, no, a couple seconds, we are starting. Again, this is Dr. David Baffa, joined by the one and only Sean Waxman and JP Nicoletta.
And we have been waiting all week for this.
Yeah, it's just, you know, there's something magical about the crown of strongest man, strongest woman in the world. I mean, the strongest man in the world lifts the most weight of anybody in the competition, and there's something, I don't know, it tugs on the heartstrings, I guess. I don't know.
Well, and this was your class, Mr. Waxman.
Well,
so.
I can't even. I mean,
not now. Don't worry. We're not going to put you up there. Don't worry.
I just
the same way a daisy is compared next to an oak tree.
Yeah, I'm not in this class. I never have been.
Opening attempt right now here to kick us off. Turkmenistan's Toychev Hoja Muhammad coming out, 180 kilos. B group earlier today, best snatch was 190.
So Toychev is out here with 180. I think he just got clipped in the back room with the change. He just stepped off the warm-up platform onto this one.
Let's see how it goes.
Just fine.
Yeah, doesn't seem in the least bothered by that.
And we are underway.
There it is.
180 kilo start to the men's plus 105. Sean, what did you think of that?
Well, I mean, it's great. It's perfect.
Very nice casual opener. That's how you want an opening attempt to look. Turkmenistan making a change. Automatic increase in the sport is 1 kilo. I don't imagine we're going to be seeing 1 kilo increments
Not
this session.
No. For a record, perhaps.
For a record, perhaps.
Or for a gold medal. But the point is at the end, as needed.
Yeah.
In part of a strategy or normal progression, you're going to see 5, 6, maybe even more with some
more than that. I mean, the sweat off this guy's head weighs more than 1 kilo.
Right now, Peter T.H of Hungary. Opening attempt, 183 kilos. We are at the 400-pound mark.
Noyes opened with 182.
That didn't take long. Interesting, starting on his tippy toes for a second there.
And that's a good lift by T.H of Hungary. 183 kilos, 400 or so pounds. Let's see that lift.
Great.
Yeah, pretty casual opener.
2 for 2 to start this thing off, and now it looks like we're going to dance around until we get to 185.
Number of athletes grouped around the 184, 185 region. And then it's going to go up to 190 to 195.
Oh, actually,
medal contenders.
Toychev is going to take this.
Oh, yeah, 184, okay.
That's a 4-kilo jump.
Well, you know, if he goes to 185, he's got a long time.
Potentially.
Yeah, potential, assuming nobody, because there's 3 athletes calling for 185.
No lift there, and that looks like it'll put him back on a 2-minute clock. And that opening attempt for Toychev was particularly important because he can be a little bomb out prone in the snatch at 3 major competitions. He has bombed out in the snatch. You know, that is over a 6-year span, but to get that first one in,
yeah,
I think is a big deal for him. And now sitting on this 184, I'd be curious to see if he holds here.
Yeah, if he goes up, he could potentially buy himself a few minutes.
3 or 4 attempts.
3 or 4. Could also buy himself too much time. We have 3 athletes.
Which can happen.
Yeah, at 105, 185. And if someone starts missing, you think you've got 3 or 4 minutes, suddenly.
Right.
6.
Yeah.
He's got to make lifts. I mean, he's not going to win anything today, but he needs to make lifts.
They are running the clock, so it
looks like he's going.
Yeah. Demonstrating how to do a snatch. Just got to do that with weight on now.
That's Yuri Orsag also pacing back and forth. He is on deck for 185. But you do get the impression that Hoja Mohammed Toychev is going to come out here.
Well, maybe not.
He's just pacing.
He's walking the wrong way.
There he goes. Somebody turned him around.
All right, so here he is for his 3rd attempt. Hoja Mohammed Toychev of Turkmenistan opened with 180. This is 184 kilos. The high water mark is 190 from the B session.
There you go.
Beautiful. That was it.
Great lift.
Good lift.
Very nice.
And he is happy.
As he should be.
Yeah, I've never snatched 184, but I imagine I'd be pretty happy as well.
From Czech Republic, Yuri Orsag.
I would probably be similarly overjoyed.
Estonia.
So it's good, 2 for 3 day, and that's a pretty good day for him. It looks like only 1 time in the past has he done more, 3 for 3. That was in Turkmenistan.
Sorry, here is Yuri Orsag, his first attempt, 185 kilos. He opened with this at the Olympics. He was successful.
Oh. Looks like his feet were real. Oh, maybe he tore a callus.
Looks like he did. We know the play.
Afterward.
Yeah, the look at the hand thing, we know. But this time it actually looks like he's pulling on it. There really is a rip there.
Mark Same, first attempt.
And Orsag right there.
Not bad, yeah.
You know, not bad at all, but Orsag, he almost looks like, I don't even know what the word is.
Methodical?
It's small.
Yeah.
Well,
he maybe weighs 130.
You know, I wish we did have body weights up. I know that body weight doesn't confer any advantage anymore. There's no more lighter body weight wins rule, but it's interesting to know the sizes of the competitors.
Speaking of size.
Speaking of size.
yeah.
Mark Same, first attempt.
I believe he came from strongman.
Did he?
I think so.
Wouldn't be shocked.
A little rough in the snatch.
Just needs to get a few good snatches on the board to stay within striking distance.
Striking distance is 20 kilos, by the way, for him.
Actually, it's better than it's been.
Yeah, that's good. That's really nice. So Estonia's Martsame 185 opening attempt is good, and actually he looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's the most he's ever opened with.
Well, this is the best he's ever looked.
It's a good start.
Some astonishing videos of this young man squatting.
They just don't make bars big enough or weights heavy enough for him.
They really don't. His father was a great lifter. His father, clean and jerked 227, I believe, in 1983. So
at what weight class?
He was a super.
Okay.
He said he weighed about 135.
All right, so now here is Moulaei Bahadour, first attempt, 185.
Beautiful.
Sounded good.
Yeah. You felt that in your chest.
Yeah.
Really.
Very nice.
The way you want an opener to look and sound.
Czech Republic.
This is going to bring out Czech Republic's Jiří Orsag for his second attempt. Now he hasn't taped up the hand, interestingly, so maybe it's just pulling on a callus or something, but let's see if he can make the correction.
Missed 185 on his opener. Best ever is 187. Did that at the 2012 Olympics.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
You know, he actually, I mean, this is crazy to say, but he does look relatively small for a super.
That's what I meant. Yeah, it's just in this company, in that back room.
Everyone looks small in this company. Gets on the board with 185. And even if you look at where he's gripping the barbell.
Right. That's a giveaway.
Yeah, that's.
Because even I was collar to collar, and I'm not anywhere near that size.
All right, so right now we're running an automatic increase on Orsag. That's noise you see in the doorway. He's going to be the lifter as soon as Orsag declares something other than this 186.
And there we go.
And there we go.
Here's
So
the opposite of small.
Yeah.
He is a behemoth of a man.
Coming out for 188 kilos, lifting for Hungary.
Which I imagine he's not often. Slow. Wow, that was a great save.
Yes.
That's a great save, especially for as long as his arms are.
Yeah.
So where did you see, or what did you see as he punches out that drove him
It
forward?
just looks slow. I think it maybe pulled
A little long?
I don't know. I don't think he got extended enough to get the bar back. And it was a little slow, but
He just stops it from going forward.
he just, I mean, leaning forward and saving it is, I mean, it's almost impossible to do.
You know, he's got the advantage of collar to collar, so he can push out
against
the bar.
All right, so we always talk about the flow and the feel of a competition. We've got a packed room here. We've got a great atmosphere. And these guys are responding right now. We're 10 lifts into this session. We have seen just 2 misses.
And you jinxed it. And
No, I didn't, because in both cases, the lifter who did it came back and made the next attempt.
okay.
So what I'm saying is that they are responding to the energy in here, and it's just terrific.
Speaking of responding to energy, Brazil's Fernando Reis going up to 192, so he must be feeling pretty good. He's done some big training lifts recently.
And he did 98?
At the Pan Am.
Yeah.
For the Pan Am record.
Which was sort of official, but not official, but I don't think
I don't quite know how that whole thing is.
All right, Jiří Orsag, 190 kilos, 5 kilo increase from his second attempt.
He's gonna have to. I think this is gonna be a difficult lift for him.
Too much. Credited with his second attempt at 185 kilos, stays in the competition. Much stronger in the clean and jerk, probably off the medal podium even in the clean and jerk, but he's got an attempt going in.
His balance came forward as the bar passed the knee. If that happens, you don't have a chance.
No. Right now, Estonia's Mart Same coming out.
6 kilo increase.
What's his best?
90.
Okay, that's what I figured.
And he did it on the 3rd attempt. So he's playing in new territory for himself here. He's obviously in shape.
And he's definitely made a technical breakthrough because he looks much better.
He did 90 in Houston on his 3rd attempt at the 2015 World Championships. And by the way, he is the gold medal clean and jerk from there.
Yes.
Nicely done.
He is feeling it.
You know, I feel comfortable saying this because he admitted this, talking about his technique, but he was looking at a video of another athlete, I won't say whom, and said, man, that guy makes even me look good in the snatch. So he's a very nice gentleman. He's got a sense of humor about things, tremendously strong, and again, comes from that weightlifting background.
And he is 2 for 2, 185, 191. Similar track taken here by Waleed Bidani. This is his 2nd attempt.
And we've now surpassed the mark set in the B group.
Correct.
Beautiful.
He saved that.
So he's, from this vantage point, he looks like he's 7, maybe 8 feet tall and moving with incredible speed.
Watch as he gets underneath this. That bar wanted to go back on him. And it looks slight. It doesn't look like that much, but right
there.
Right.
That little movement to save, to not
what
let
are
the
his
bar.
wrists made of?
And he is the youngest competitor in this group.
Yeah, born in 1994.
So he's a baby.
He's 20
In super,
years old.
like,
Yeah. And supers, you know, as you guys know, they take a few more years to develop.
Yeah, you need to simmer him a little bit longer.
All right, now here is Fernando Reis of Brazil.
The best lifter in the Pan American Federation.
Yeah.
That's how you stop a bar. Overhead.
I don't know if there was any descent of that ball catch. Really, I'll be curious to see the replay.
That's a good observation.
That was beautiful. Look at that. I mean, really.
He couldn't get more perfect.
No, yeah, for a guy who is, I think, around 6'5" or so, and there was maybe a centimeter or 2 of bar drop. Just fantastic. Peter T.H, Hungary, 3rd attempt, 192. That second one was a little dicey.
Best ever is 93. Did that at the Olympics.
That bar came away from him right off the floor. Right off the floor. Can't do that, kids. That bar's got to come either straight up, but most likely it's going to come back off the floor, not away.
So no lift there for T.H of Hungary. He will be credited with 188 kilos. And now we have 195, and this is A sight to see.
This is a big weight. This, once you get those
4 plates.
Yeah, per side.
This is the first attempt from
And we are about halfway through.
So they are complaining, the coach of
the
noise, they're complaining about that sound that was going off. We've had this happen a couple of times this week.
This is at least a third or fourth.
Where the 30-second buzzer is stuck.
Yeah.
And even if that happens, there's nothing in the rule book to help the lifter out on that.
But as the coach, you'd be remiss to at least have to try.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so now here is Jangabayev of Uzbekistan. This guy has very smooth technique.
Very nice. Started to drift back, settled in, and then stood up after he corrected.
195 kilos.
You can have lifters
195 kilos.
snatch 200 kilos and not even be in the medals.
Yeah.
I got news for you. You might see somebody snatch 205 when not in the medal stand.
Still a lot of lifts remaining. It'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. But really, this board, you know, I'm reminded of like the 04 Olympics, where if you weren't snatching over 200,
right,
that's it. Pack up right now.
Except for the guy on stage.
Except,
but yes,
same.
But same of Estonia.
5.
2 for 2 thus far.
This would be a huge international PR, correct?
Correct.
Oh, hope he's okay.
He looks okay.
Yeah, no, I think it's just, you know, in the head. He was very happy about that 191, rightfully so. Went to the wrist, maybe it's bothering him a little bit. I do hope he is all right.
From Algeria's Moulaei
You can see how high
Bahadour.
he pulls it.
One of us could have run up and gotten under that bar. That was an impressive 195, getting that moving like that.
So here is Moulaei Bahadour. This is his 3rd attempt, and I don't see that he's ever tried this much weight before in a major competition.
He moves like a middleweight or a light heavyweight.
Yes.
195 kilos.
Astonishing.
Beautiful lifts from Bahadour.
Yeah, he's really a snatch specialist, though. I mean, he's opening 215 in the clean
And
and
I think that's indicative of his age.
yeah.
So it takes a little bit longer to develop as a super, unless you're Lasha, of course. It seemed to have,
Lasha seems to throw all the rules out.
right. But normally it just takes more time to develop that clean and jerk in supers.
Next at 200.
I mean, really, that movement on the snatch is among the best I've seen in
Yes.
the super.
Reminiscent of like a Ronnie Weller.
Yes, exactly.
Type of dynamicism. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word. I think I just made it up.
It is for you. All right, so now it looks like we're going to go to 200 kilos, 440 pounds.
Yeah.
And Fernando Hayes is going to be the lifter. This is his 2nd attempt.
This will be a PR for him.
Yeah, this is his
It
best
will be,
lift
yes.
internationally, I believe. Or would be.
And this guy has been lifting for 17 years.
And he's recently changed up his training a little bit, adding agility work and things that he wasn't doing before. He felt like he wasn't in good physical shape. So he's added this, and
Interesting.
seems like it's working.
8-kilo jump from his opening attempt.
Spent some time as a 105, right? What a lift. a lift.
Floaters, 200 kilos now. Rustam Jangabayev, Uzbekistan.
He is 2 for 2 with authority.
To be followed by
That's great.
the higher weight.
Once again, receives and punches out that bar right where he needs to.
All right, so now we have 200 staying on the bar right now for Jangabayev of Uzbekistan. This is his second attempt. If you look at the order of lifting, we haven't seen 3 lifters yet.
Lasha.
Salimi just smoked 200 in the back.
Wow.
Technically, he's in the hole. Let's see if that holds up. That wanted to go sideways, but he said no.
Still, you know, the same thing sort of happened on that 195, but man, he holds on. And another lifter, big athlete, very dynamic.
2 athletes calling for this weight. Up first,
Another super that comes to mind who moved really well, we've seen here this week out of Latvia, Victor Skrbatis. He's a coach now, but it's somewhat rare to see athletes this size moving that dynamically.
201
Nice.
is the automatic increase for Fernando. We will not see him with this.
No.
I think it's possible we'll see something 3-4 kilo jump range.
I think so.
He's very experienced, Fernando, that is, and he's also very good. He's one of those lifters that's very good at gauging his ability for a given day.
Yeah.
He tends to make what he touches.
And he's calling for 203. A great increase for him, I think.
You know, and I think he's got to make a good choice here, because to mention before, Salimi had issues in the clean and jerk during the Olympics.
Yeah.
So, you know, Fernando stays within within striking distance.
Something special could happen for him. And to your point with that, Ali Hosseini, we haven't seen him in
We don't know what he's capable of.
And here, it looks like here he is coming out right now with 203, originally slated for 205. He is opening with 203.
So I spoke with friends of mine that from the Iranian contingency, and they said he's in really good shape.
Okay,
So
we shall see. It's been a while since we've seen him in competition. That could just be a little bit of ring rust. Hopefully it is. But he is going to have his 2-minute clock. No, he's going to be on a 2-minute clock.
Yes, because he's on his second attempt.
I mean, we haven't really seen him lift since 2008. And this is a guy who's done 451. And best ever snatch is 206 from back then. So to answer your, or to add to your comment there, Sean, if his best ever prior to his departure, when he was a junior, he did 206, right? That's the junior world record. Here he is opening with 03. I mean, you know, 203, that's not a layup.
no.
Right? Sitting there next to his countrymate.
As you noted too, it's been many years since we've seen him, many years since he's competed. I don't know if we have any indication of whether he competed internally in Iran, but certainly
he was only cleared in October.
So
I don't think this is his first competition back.
It's very different getting that competition experience over the years and not getting it. Even if he's been training the whole time, this is a big crowd, a lot of pressure.
But this is a very friendly crowd and a very pro.
Which brings its own sort of pressure.
Yeah, actually,
Lifting in front of a lot of his own fans.
You see here, that whole section.
That Iranian flag is enormous, and that whole section is Iranians.
All right, so now we are back to Ali Hosseini. Second attempt, 203 kilos.
Better. Still looks a little tentative.
Yes.
Didn't commit.
No lid. Saeed Ali Hosseini is Republic of Iran.
And Will Hayes burn his 2-minute clock here? Fernando is going to be called with 2:03.
Of course, you have to.
And they might put Ali Hosseini out here on a 1-minute clock, and you have to do this.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
1 kilo to.
And there's the change coming.
Yeah. Makes no difference to him.
And you've got a guy now.
This is one of his competitors. He can get him out of the competition.
If he can get him out of the competition, think about it. I mean, Fernando will be guaranteed a top 5 finish. In fact, he could be guaranteed a top 4, and possibly even get on the medal stand. And you know, it's the rules of weightlifting. And now Ali Hosseini has to make a decision here. Do you go up or do you come back on this short clock? And he's going to come back.
You know, I think it's smart in the snatch. You don't waste as much energy, even though you're a super, and you can get a little rhythm.
So this is a high-pressure moment and a huge moment in this competition. This is a lifter who is favored to factor in 4 medals, and he is 1 lift away from no total, so he must make this.
That must have been nerves or something.
You know what? You could just tell when somebody is locked in. Go ahead, David.
I was going to say, I think the Iranians do this on purpose. We've seen Rustami do this. We've seen a number of Iranians do this. I wonder if they're that awesome. Yes.
The entire movement, everything that he did off the ground, the way he just, there was an energy and just a cadence of that lift that didn't exist in the first 2.
It's like trying to start an old chainsaw. You know, you're pulling, it doesn't start, and then all of a sudden it rips off.
Takes that one good pull, prime, nails it.
All right,
but he's
so
back in the game.
203 kilos, and Fernando Hayes, if successful, will move into the lead in the snatch, and he will guarantee a medal in the snatch competition if he can make this 204.
Big PR.
And a huge spot for him. All right, so that miss will draw some cheers from the Iranian fans, because that means Ali Hosseini will be guaranteed at least a bronze, and this was right there.
Yeah. Take a look at this from the side. Just
a little bit behind it.
I think he was a little behind.
A little behind. I agree.
Still a good attempt, and he leaves with a 200 on the board, a 2-kilo PR internationally.
It's absolutely fantastic. And now we are down to the 3rd attempt of Rustam Jangabayev, and if he makes it, he moves into the lead. Huge attempt here, but after he goes, we are down to 2 lifters, both of whom we haven't seen yet. Guess who they are?
I'm already nervous. I'm already excited.
3rd and final attempt. Salimi.
Rustam Jangabayev, Uzbekistan. Past the knees, it was slow. He knew.
What's his best junior in competition?
99.
Wow. I mean, that's a big.
Yeah, and that was in Turkmenistan.
Yeah, that was a big ask.
So, very different.
All right, so now Behdad Salimi.
Opening at 205.
And it is on.
He's got about as supportive a crowd as you could hope for here, but pressure's got to be great. Lost out at the Olympic Games due to not completing a clean and jerk to Lasha. I imagine that's been simmering for the past year and a half. Gentlemen, how strong do you have to be?
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
Throw 205 overhead, off balance, hop the feet in, and hold on to it.
And Salimi had to have this, because if you think about the keys of this competition,
Look at that.
it's crazy. You know, we're looking at a guy who might snatch 215 kilos and not win a gold medal.
Yeah.
So,
Which is what happened. Well, of course, at the Olympics, they don't do individual medals, but Lasha snatched 216 in Rio and did not. And, you know, that was not the highest snatch of that.
Lasha's right. And you got to figure Salimi, we know of the ability of the man we're about to see. And you got to figure Salimi needs to be within 5-6 kilos out of the snatch competition in order to stand a puncher's chance.
In training, Salimi has done 260 that we've seen.
Yeah.
Right.
But
all right, so now
Lasha Talakhadze, 210-kilo opener. I have never, ever seen an opener this high.
you got to be kidding me.
What are we witnessing?
I mean, I've been told that he's wants the world records this week, but I don't know.
Look at this.
210 kilos. I think, you know, he is an outlier in the world of snatch.
He's an outlier in the world of
He's an
humans.
outlier. But I mean, really, this is a snatch.
All right, so now here's an interesting thing. Salimi moved up to 211.
Well, he had to, or else he was going to repeat. So
to avoid having to follow himself. And this is what he's going to take on his second attempt. Looks like he's pointing for blood. This is the TC's job now. The clock will stop once the TC comes onto the platform, and it has at 34 seconds. So it is a TC's choice, the technical controller, the gentleman on the suit there. It's his choice to come check out a barbell if a lifter asks for it, or if the lifter says he thinks the platform is dirty.
This is concerning. This is concerning to me.
That he was aware of it?
That it matters right now. He's going out here to compete. He doesn't need the distraction. He needs to go out there and make the lift.
I've seen him in the snatch, 2011 Worlds in Paris. He is able to drive it home when he needs to.
Okay.
Yeah,
You think he's distracted? Now, we'll see what happens here, but I saw him do, I think it was 211 there, or 213, 214 maybe.
And I'm not looking at a guy who's distracted right now. I'm looking at a guy who wants to be on that stage.
Yeah, doing a little jogging. It's good for the heart. Look at this. It's like a pit crew. These guys are moving. Loaders have been doing a fantastic job all week.
All right, so the clock will resume at 34 seconds for the second attempt of Salimi, 211 kilos.
Here he comes.
Yeah, you better get out of the way when he gets to the bar.
That's right. Oh,
What I said.
You were correct, Mr. Baffa.
It's doctor, but thank you.
Sorry, Dr. Baffa.
211.
that was nuts.
No hesitation.
Another kilo, please.
Well, you know, Salimi definitely should have redemption in mind.
Yeah.
And by the look of this 211, he does.
Better than his opener.
And
Yes.
it comes down to a simple fact here. If you miss, you lose.
Yeah.
Whatever weight gets selected.
215.
So now it looks like Salimi is going to call 215, which he has, and it will bring out Lasha, who is going to go on for this 215. And, you know, the game is on here. So if Lasha makes it, obviously Salimi will go to 216. If Lasha does not make it, Salimi will go to 216.
Yeah.
Because he will burn his 2-minute clock.
Exactly. Yeah. $215 kilos on the bar for Georgia's Lasha Talakhadze.
Unbelievable. And he's got another one left.
Have you guys ever seen snatching like this?
No, nobody in the world has ever seen snatching like this. I mean, I know there have been some others, and I know he's done more, but every time you see him lift, one, he doesn't miss. Two, he never looks like he's at a max effort, ever. It's just outrageous. And Lasha has put in for 220 kilos.
Well,
he might drop down, but it's on the board and it looks beautiful.
You know, if Lasha thinks he can out clean and jerk him by a lot, that might stay at 220.
Yeah.
All right, so now Salimi is going to take this 216 to move into the lead.
If he misses this, Lasha's going 220.
He will. And it is a huge attempt. Salimi needs to stay within 5 or 6 kilos, I think, and this will do it.
Well, the bad news is that he missed.
The good news is we're about to see 220 on the
The
board.
good news is we're about to see 220.
Well, maybe he just goes 218.
No, he's going 220.
All right, so we are down to our final attempt of this session.
This is historical.
120 kilos. Lasha Talakhadze, we know he has done this in competition. It was not an official world record because it was not in an IWF competition, but that story could soon change. We hoped this would happen.
Here it is.
And here it is. This is weightlifting legend right here. 220 kilos. Lasha Talakhadze, third attempt, world record. That just happened.
Gentlemen, 220 kilo snatch. 220 kilos. I didn't think I'd see
that's
that.
a mythical thing that we've talked about as kids to see.
A 220 kilo snatch, and he's done it again in a way that I can't believe I'm saying it, but you see this lift and you think, this guy can do more.
He could do more. Absolutely. Look at that. As you mentioned, Sean, this is something, since kids, since childhood, you think 220 kilos, mythical.
This is a mountain that could never be climbed. Yeah.
And he looks like he's reached it and is looking for the next mountain.
Right.
Really astonishing. So there is your snatch gold medalist and world champion in the snatch.
There's your bronze medalist.
Yeah.
Saeed Ali Hosseini of Iran. 195 kilos, or excuse me, 203 kilos from his third attempt.
There is your snatch gold medalist from Georgia.
Wow, I can't even.
I don't know what's happening right now.
220 kilos.
It's almost a weight that you would joke about.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us thought we were going to be seeing 220 kilos ever. In our lifetime, the snatch, to be honest. I think people thought, because of course, in the 80s, Antonio Krastev of Bulgaria, 216, that was the high water mark.
For a long time.
For a long time. Reza Zadeh out of Iran, one of the best lifters ever, could only manage 213 or 213.5 in competition.
Only in finger quotes.
Only, exactly. But Lasha is proving himself a once-in-a-generation snatcher.
All right, so here are our snatch results in the men's plus 105s, and we hope for something special. And take a look.
Kilos, Lasha Talakhadze of Georgia, 211.
Fifth place.
3, Saeed Ali Hosseini. A stunning podium in the snatch, but can't be too disappointed. Had a really phenomenal day.
If Lasha short, he did here, 270 in the clean.
Is a big number. There is Lasha. Make sure to check net Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can see training hall foot, all sorts of great stuff related to weightlifting. So go check those.
Is the world record in ultra motion slowed down?
You know, and despite it being a limit, pretty solid off the floor.
Imagine his deadlift is quite a bit higher than that.
Lifting that off the floor.
Have the clean and jerk to go.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we are in our break for the start of the clean and jerk competition. Unbelievable. right, welcome back to the Anaheim Convention Center for the beginning of the clean and jerk competition in the men's plus 105 kilo category. We have just been treated to weightlifting history.
Yeah, I have to say I am honored to have seen that. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, no, that is a historic moment in the sport.
All right, Moulaei Bahadour will start us off, 2:15.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's a little bit of a shake. It looked like he was losing his air. As soon as he caught it, he started to shake a little bit.
You know, he had a great snatch portion of the competition and did 3 for 3 in the day with 195 in his third attempt. Clearly a snatch specialist, opening here with the lowest attempt in the clean and jerk, 215. Looks a little like he was favoring that left leg too.
I don't know quite. I mean, I don't know if he's a split jerker or a squat jerker or in between.
That was in between somewhere.
It's a splotch.
the splot. But I think they're going to move up to buy him a little more time, maybe.
Well, they would have to go up as far as 219 to get him a rest in terms of another lifter coming out. He's done 220. And at the Olympics, he opened with 210. He missed it, came back, made 211, then took a 9-kilo jump for that 220. So he's danced this dance before. Hopefully he can correct whatever happened there on that jerk. And it looks like he is going to take this 217.
It's a little bit crazy to think that this does not exceed the snatch we just saw. Hard to wrap your head around that. 217, Moulaei Bahadour of Algeria, our youngest competitor in this group, born in 1994, just 23 years old per IWF standards. Good clean. He does split, just kind of awkwardly, but gets on the board with that. And he looks like, oh no, he's grabbing the wrist, so maybe he's not feeling quite there. He'll have a 1 kilo automatic increase. I imagine he'll go to a bit more, but that clean looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Efficient, no effort at all. And if you look at it from the top half here, I mean, the dip and the movement under the bar is fine. He just doesn't really move his legs. But it is a good lift, and he's going to burn some clock here. He'll get rest at 219. Peter Noyes is in the doorway there, expecting to go next, and he probably will. Remember, an athlete who follows himself gets a 2-minute clock. They have up until 30 seconds to make a declaration. And then as long as they make that declaration within the first 30 seconds, they can then change the weight 2 more times. And in all likelihood, Moulaei has declared the weight that's on the board, which is 225, and he will get some rest. Though with this group, not a whole lot.
Right.
All right, so now here is Peter Noyes. 219 kilos.
If they're going to not take 225 and go less, they're going to have to make that declaration now.
At 220.
Yeah.
It's the second time it happened to this athlete, too. Good.
That's a good lift, but you want to see something crazy is that the bar almost doesn't rest on his shoulders.
It reminds me of Čemerkin, who needed about 240 kilos
to make contact with the bar.
You know, another kind of outlier in this sport.
Well, watch that. You see, like, as he's standing up, you can almost see slight separation from his shoulders, which it's indescribable.
I think Čemerkin is the only super to ever attempt 270.
272.
Was it 272?
Well, wait, maybe not. It was at least 270. Yeah, it might have been 272. He took it to win in 2000.
225 kilos motor.
Pulled it pretty high and tried to dive under, but wasn't quite there.
No.
All right, so now we have 225 kilos going on the bar.
So he's going 225. All right.
4 reds.
Dodge next.
Hoja Muhammad Toychev of Turkmenistan. Had a very nice snatch series, 2 for 3. 184 kilo, third attempt is where he topped out. Here he is opening 225 in the clean and jerk.
Nice clean.
Very nice. And a little dance at the end there. I like that.
I'd be happy to.
Good lift for Toychev. For now, that will give him a 409 with 2 attempts to go. In terms of punch out, that's what you want to see.
We have exceeded the B group's best clean and jerks by a couple kilos now, and have exceeded their totals as well. Best clean and jerk out of the B group was 222 by New Zealand's David Leety. Right now, Moulaei Bahadour of Algeria. This is his final attempt in the clean and jerk. His first 2 cleans were good. Missed the jerk on his opener, made it on second at 217. Has now taken an 8-kilo increase.
Nice clean.
Yeah, he moved very well in the snatch.
It works for him.
Yeah. You know, it works. It looked good there, but it works until it doesn't.
Right.
And
You could say that with anything, right?
you could say that with anything,
But you notice it with things like this.
well, you notice it with a jerk that is unconventional. People saw that with Kendrick. The squat jerk worked. But you wonder, would you be better served by a more traditional style?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a weird position all the way around there, but so it's always interesting to see how lifters move and what they do. And for a guy with such like classic textbook technique for the clean to
And
have
the snatch.
and the snatch to
Yeah.
have that kind of odd technique for a jerk, it's always crazy to see. And then you think about how heavy these weights are, and it's just.
Yeah, 225 kilos, a shade under 500 pounds.
So now we have Nuj of Hungary. Second attempt, 226. Again,
This guy got no
Same athlete.
that buzzer.
Yeah, a little bit of separation
Yep.
off the chest.
Really slow, but it goes where it needs to go.
It does. It does. It is a bit slow as a jerk. He's not quite as explosive in the jerk phase as he is in the clean, or as some of his competitors are in the jerk. But like you said,
So much mass that just
Yeah.
getting that mass into the bar just gets the bar moving.
yeah,
He is a behemoth of a human being. I mean, and just position's okay. Everything gets to where it needs to be, and that's 2 good lifts.
It just doesn't
Yeah.
get there really quickly.
no, you wait, and then the jerk goes overhead. Still counts.
That's right.
Currently, he is the lifter following himself. That is almost certainly going to change. He's simply sitting on his automatic 1 kilo increase. Bar goes to 231 for Turkmenistan's Hoja Muhammad Toychev.
This will be his second attempt. This is a 6 kilo jump.
Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 athletes opening at or over 240 kilos.
Yeah, and with the gaming in the back, I would expect that to change.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that looks good.
He looks good. 231.
2 for 3 in the snatch. He made 184 on his third. 2 for 2 in the clean and jerk so far. Looks good for more. Another big athlete who moves really dynamically.
Yes.
Classical technique, I'd say.
Yeah, you know, and it's a lot of fun to watch this kind of thing. Toychev is doing it right. He's making lifts. He's clearly having a good time. He's just doing his thing. May not be in it for a medal, but this is why you enjoy watching weightlifting.
Exactly. Yeah, really unlikely he's going to end up on or near the podium, but making lifts, looking good, and we'll certainly have, I'd say, maybe a top 10, top 8.
Oh, definitely.
Top 8 finish.
Next year, he'll have the luxury of competing in his home country.
Exactly.
So he'll have a year to get better.
All right, so right now, Noij is on stage with 232.
And
This is his
finally, he
third
gets
attempt.
a quick 30-second buzzer.
Actually,
No, wait.
Yeah. The automatic increase for Toychev is 232. Noij wants 233. That is not loaded
That's
correctly.
232, yeah.
So he should not be on the stage yet. The automatic.
I got to say, this athlete has not had the best of luck.
No.
In terms of the technical flow, and sometimes like it just happens, right?
And, you know, he's done all right. He's done 2 for 3 in the snatch. He's already 2 for 2 in the clean and jerk,
But in fairness, he did come onto the stage before he was announced.
true. But shouldn't that be prevented?
No.
No?
Not
Okay.
necessarily.
Who's going to stop him? Dr. Baffa.
Great point. But that's
I'm sure there's a small army somewhere. Could build a wall.
No, let's not go there.
all right.
Looks
So
heavy off the floor.
233. Not today for Peter Noij of Hungary. He will finish the day with a 414 kilo total.
You know,
And-
4 for 6, not a bad day.
No, and he looked, you know, smooth in everything he touched. And to answer your question there, Sean, with the comment with the coming out of the door, the referees or the TCs are instructed to not act as gateways.
Gotcha.
Sometimes they do hold the lifter back, but you don't want to get in the way. But she may not have noticed either that he wasn't called. Sometimes that happens, but you want to stay in the background as much as you can.
Understood.
And in that case, it was clear he was going to be the next lifter. So they'll give you a little bit of leash to get out on the stage first. Now, he didn't know or he didn't see that the bar was misloaded, you know, and that's his responsibility to see that. But ultimately, no big deal. But it can be disruptive to you as the lifter.
Yeah, for sure.
There is Mart Same, who had a pretty good day in the
He
snatch.
just
for
took a
himself.
10-kilo jump. He was in at 235. They just moved it to
They did.
245.
Wow. So now we've got still force.
There's the change coming. It looks like Hayes is being called, and does it look like he's on his way to the platform? No.
He's moved up to 240. 5 athletes now asking for 240 or more on their opening attempts. Here comes Saeed Ali Hosseini. He snatched 203 on his third attempt, needed all 3 attempts to make that one lift. He's our bronze medalist in the snatch. As we mentioned earlier, it has been a long time since we've seen him on the international competition stage.
Junior world record holder in all 3 lifts. Or, excuse me, all 3 records, 206, 245, 451. That is...
When did he set those records?
I think 08. makes that bar look like a youth bar.
Yeah.
Well, it does have 236 kilos on it.
And he fills up a lot of space in between those collars.
He's about 8.5 feet wide.
Yeah.
He is a wide human being. Walking through that tunnel, they might have greased the sides because he is just thick.
And that 236 is an excellent start. Now has a 439 total. And he is the bronze medalist in the snatch with 203, but you got to think with him coming out of the group together that's, you know, in this thing, he could get caught. So let's see. Yuri Orsag snatched 185, opening with 237.
Nice clean.
Yeah. Nice jerk, too.
Yeah, everything's real nice and short.
Yeah, he's got very short limbs, kind of a longer torso. You see when he cut that bar, very upright in the catch, and the elbows are nice and high and out of the way of the knees, which really is just an accident of his proportions. And a lucky one at that. You can see this here. And there's 8-9 inches between the knees and the elbows. And
really short, short arms.
Yeah. Right now, Toycheva Hoja Muhammad of Turkmenistan, third and final attempt, 237 kilos. Opened with 225, made 231 in his second, with 2 for 2 so far. Now going 237.
If successful, this will give him a 421 kilo total.
Hold it. Oh.
Almost.
Just a bit heavy.
Yeah. But that closes out his day, 4 for 6, and I do have to say, I mean, it was a pleasure to watch Toychev lift.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing more of him. Right. Yeah. Looks like he unlocked him.
Boy,
he got out of the way. He did get out of the way. You don't have a whole lot of time.
No.
That kind of weight.
Luckily, he's quick. He's on his way back. Seems no worse for wear. And here is the Uzbek athlete Rustem Jangabayev. Opening attempt. He is one of our 5 competitors calling for 240 or more.
And he has never opened with more than 232.
Wow.
This is
uncharted territory.
He's in shape.
He is playing big. And with a 200 kilo snatch, which by the way left him 5th, which is crazy. He is very much in this game.
Nice lift.
Yeah. It's a solid opener.
243 is his best ever. You got to think you'll see something north of that.
Yeah, he certainly looks good for more. Pretty nice clean, very dynamic under the bar. You know, he's just off the podium with that 200 kilo snatch. Clean and jerk like that sends a message that the bronze medal position in the jerk and the total, I think, is really up for grabs at this point. Here is Brazil's Fernando Reis, opening attempt 240 kilos. He also snatched 200, did it before Jangabayev, and so he's in 4th place, just off the podium.
So here's Reis, 240. Salimi on deck, 241.
What's Fernando's best?
It must be around
this.
That's what I figured.
He did 240 in Rio last year at the games.
On his opener. Should be good for Heiss, and with that he will have a 440 with 2 lifts to go, but it will move him into second for the moment behind Jangabayev, who now has that same number. So there'll be an exchange between these two definitely. And right now Salimi is being called for 241.
He's not as strong in the clean and jerk as he is in the snatch. And this is what cost him a medal and a total in Rio.
But get one in and let's see where the string takes him.
Exactly.
And don't forget, in Rio, he was recovering from that knee injury. We weren't quite sure where he was. And, you know, I think that they're playing it conservative here to make sure he gets one in. 241 conservative. That's crazy. And this one looks similar
So this is what happened
to Rio. So what's it going to be? Good lift by majority decision.
They're already on the phone.
They're already on the phone.
This is exactly what happened in Rio.
I mean, it's almost a blueprint.
Here we go again.
There is a jury stop. Roger Zadeh he's so upset he's out of his chair. He's actually standing. Look at the press. Yeah, that's going to be overturned. And unfortunately, that was somewhat blatant.
So we are in a jury stop. The jury is having a conversation with the referees to determine, or at least question, what they saw versus what they didn't. The jury can, by a unanimous decision and by a unanimous decision only, overturn a call. We have seen that happen several times this week. And the question is did he come to a full extension? And once he came to a full extension, did he hold it there? And they have just overturned Salimi's.
I mean, it's deja vu all over again, as they say.
So again, we saw this in Rio, same exact play. The benefit here is they can use the other Iranian if needed, right, to buy some time.
So Salimi's going up 245. He's just moving past it.
This is getting exciting, as if it wasn't exciting enough already.
Well, the Iranian crowd is creeping towards the gate.
All right, correction. They changed it back before it got introduced, so he is going to, for now, stick with 241. And his clock is running.
Let's see what happens. He's called.
They got to do something.
He doesn't look like he's coming in.
They have 10 seconds to make a decision. And I don't see anybody at the table.
242 voters.
So he's moved up. 242 is what they've called.
Good. And so now it's a teammate, so we can imagine they won't move Saeed up unless he's already got enough rest.
How big a jump? But that's a 6-kilo jump for...
They are moving Saeed Ali Hosseini up.
So that's going to bring out Yuri.
This is good. So the issue in Brazil was Bahadour had to follow himself, which a lot of weight, big man, you need recovery time.
Yes, you do.
There is 2004 Olympic champion.
So Orsag has moved up. Orsag has moved up to 243. That means we are back to Salimi.
Yeah. And you had to expect that from Orsag. That's just the right move there. 1 kilo at this weight is less than 0.5%. Makes no difference.
And it looks like Salimi is going to take this.
And he's had good rest.
He has. But you need all of it.
Yeah.
As you know, as a super.
I do know.
You want a nap, a meal.
I was going to sandwich, little foot rub. It's good.
But he has not, you know, been sent back out here on a short clock, as mentioned. So
exactly.
Here is Behdad Salimi, 242 kilos, second attempt, and this is a huge moment. You said it before, but this is the real deal right here.
He needs to get off the schneid here. He needs to just...
And that's it.
That's good.
That's it. Better clean, better jerk overall.
Okay,
Thumbs
good
up.
lift. You see how he's looking at them? And let's be clear, the referees did pass that first attempt. There was a jury overturn. But there is no issue about this. Good lift. And it is different. The punch out is there.
Yes.
Watch the arms here. There's no doubt in that movement. And that's a great lift. He has...
Can anybody catch him besides Lasha?
In the clean and jerk?
No,
supers,
in the total.
Anybody in here can.
In the total.
I'm willing to say anybody in here can.
The other Iranian, Fernando, Rustam, they could.
Maybe not Orsag.
No.
All right, so now we are getting Lasha Talakhadze out for his first attempt, 243. And if he makes this, the question will be, can anybody catch him?
So that's a pretty definitive opener, and that sends a pretty loud signal. I'm not sure how you respond to that. I think maybe at this point you understand that it's a fight for second and third.
It could very well be. I mean, this gives him 463.
Look at how narrow that grip is in the clean for a guy who's 11 feet tall.
So let's set this up. 463 is what he's got right now. One attempt done. The world record is 473.
And it's his own.
The only thing he doesn't own is the world record in the clean and jerk.
Yeah, which is an enormous 263 kilos by Reza Zadeh.
All right, so now Saeed Ali Hosseini, 243, second attempt.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, of the 5 lifts that we've seen him do, that's the one.
Yeah.
You know, that's the one that you expect to see. And I think he's settled back into competition mode.
Yeah. So now maybe we see a 250 from him or something. He went up 7 kilos on the first to second, another 7 kilos. 250 is going to be a strong podium.
I don't think you can predict the weight, because I think he's going to sit back and wait for anything he needs to get a podium spot.
Here comes Yuri Orsag of the Czech Republic. Second attempt, 244 kilos.
Wow. Strange. He had like almost a pause in the middle of the clean.
It's like he extended a bit too much and kind of exaggerated the pull, kind of hung on a bit too long to the pull. And the jerk just...
That front foot doesn't come out far enough, and I don't think he drove the bar high enough.
Yeah.
All right, so now Mark Same, we have yet to see. He is the only lifter we have yet to see in the clean and jerk. 245 has been called for his opener. He has opened with 241 in the past and made it. He has opened with 243 in the past and made it.
There's his father, also his coach. There's another coach. That's a Czech coach for Jiří Orsag. They're going to move up, meaning... Are they moving up? Yes, they are.
So this is going to call Jiří Orsag.
No, Martsame.
Excuse me, Martsame at 245. And Sean, if you're curious to know, 463 off of his 191 snatch. I mean, he's going to have to clean and jerk 272 to get ahead of Lasha. So I don't know that we're going there.
No.
Martsame, opening attempt, 245 kilos, his heaviest opening attempt in international competition.
From the looks of his improvement in the snatch, this isn't surprising.
Yeah. Very, very strong young man.
It's just total madness.
He's just
so much power.
245 kilos, good lift for Martsame. And with that, he has a 436 kilo total with 2 attempts in hand, and he's just 2 kilos below his best ever. And look at this.
Yeah.
Czech Republic. He's moved up 246.
I don't think he would stand up any faster if there was no weight on. I mean,
Yeah.
it's remarkable.
Yeah. You know, I think he's done, what, 320 in the squat for reps?
For repetitions, right.
Yeah. So clearly has all the leg strength in the world. He can sit back now, see what else he needs to do. Currently in first in the clean and jerk. That is almost certain to change.
Fernando's going to take a bigger jump than 6 kilos.
247. Yes.
Right now, the line in the sand for Fernando, you have to think, is a 446 total. I don't know if he's going to jump all the way up to that. Well, he needs to get to 447.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
the 247 will do it.
oh yeah, you're right. So he's taking what he needs to move ahead of Ali Hosseini, who still has 1 more clean and jerk.
In the meantime, here is the Czech Republic's Jiří Orsag. Third attempt, 246.
I don't have confidence that he's going to make this, unfortunately.
Luckily, you are not his coach.
Exactly.
Almost.
That was actually a better attempt.
It was a much better attempt.
Maybe he heard you. So I'm going to show that Waxman guy what's up.
I take full responsibility.
In the end, you were right. It's a bit too heavy for him. He had a better clean.
Yes, the clean was much easier.
And you know, with those short arms, he's pretty lucky. He almost dove under it. But just not today.
So a 7 kilo jump coming here for Rustam Jangbayev, and it seems like it's been a long time since we've seen him.
Yeah.
The interesting thing now is Rustam takes this 247. What does Fernando do? Does he take that same 247? Because that would put him.
Yeah, you might have to and play it out for the third, because think about it, you know, situation-wise, Fernando sitting on a 7 kilo jump. Both of them are sitting on 7 kilo jumps. Both of them have snatched 200 kilos, and you need to lift 1 kilo more in that situation. So he might take an additional kilo and go for 8. I mean, with these super heavies, there's no limit on the madness, you know. All right, so now here's Jangbayev, 247, second attempt. Will move him into third.
Crashed on him a bit.
Yeah, he does. He's easy. He has. I mean, it's perfect. His elbows are straight down in the rack, which is ideal because then there's all you're doing is driving up. What the interesting thing is, once the barrel's overhead, he lets his wrist come back.
Yeah,
and that's not a little bit of weight. I mean, that's a lot of weight.
Well, when he's the one when he was snatching, I think he was doing the same thing.
That's what it is.
That's just wrist flexibility, though. That's just naturally where it goes to.
Flexibility. I don't know how his wrists stay on his arms.
All right, so now Fernando is going to hold with this 247, and what that means is it'll move him into fourth, and he's going to let the clean and jerk. He's going to let the third attempt decide this thing for him.
Yeah.
He's going to take what he feels he can do right now.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
I think he's in uncharted territory right now, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
You know, you build on success sometimes.
Absolutely.
It's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Absolutely. Oh,
It's okay.
It took a little bit more effort to make that clean.
And, you know, he looks in great shape.
Yeah.
It's just is that right now he is in a field that is maybe a once or twice in a decade field of athletes. 200, 240, a 440 total.
And he'll be lucky to hang in top 8, top 10 if he doesn't make another one.
Exactly.
So Lasha Talakhadze, by the way, has called for 255, which, if that holds up, now he might drop down to secure the win, but if that holds up, it will be a world record in the total.
Yeah. Rustam Jangabayev moving up, it looks. He's on the board as the lifter for 248, but I don't imagine that will hold. Instead, it's going to come back to Fernando Heiss, who took a 1 kilo increase to 248 as well. I think he's going to have to come out and take this.
Talakhadze just dropped it down to 250, by the way, so he is on deck. And Fernando, despite moving up 1 kilo here, is following himself. This is the weight, Sean, that he needs to move into third place. So letting the third attempt decide it is the right play. Let's see if he can get it done.
He's got to make that clean, flawless, to have a chance to make this jerk.
Unfortunately, he did a lot of the work on the previous attempt. Hasn't had a ton of rest.
No.
Just too heavy.
Has Fernando ever medaled at the World Championships before?
Not that I recall. I will trust that statistician. No.
Okay.
A fourth in Sofia. Was that at Junior Worlds in 2010?
7th in Almaty.
He did win a medal in the snatch, but not total. In Sofia, I got to think about that if that was a junior or not. All right, so now here's Lasha Talakhadze. Second attempt, 250 kilos. This is a 7 kilo jump and will give him a 470 kilo total. This is a moment where you're looking at, of all of the great super heavyweights in time, this is a young lifter, and he could be taking one more step toward legendary status. If he doesn't have it already.
How many totals have there been at 470? I know Kurlovič has done it.
Zadeh, of course.
Zadeh did it twice, 3 times.
And he was a legend.
I don't know if there were others. I know that Reza Zadeh did it 3 times.
I think Pisarenko might have done it.
Yeah.
210, 260.
It would take me some time to dig it out.
Artem Udichim of Ukraine?
All right, so now
Ukraine, though, not
here is Mart Same.
Now his best is 250, right?
Mart Sames.
Yeah.
43, 46, 48.
Oh. Okay.
In Houston.
Uh-oh. He's shaking a little bit.
No, I think he's going to get a little pressed out.
Down signal, yeah.
I think he might have been losing his air a little.
Yeah, so 2-1 against. That's
majority
wrong.
decision.
He's got an attempt left, and you can see the body stops, and impressively, he pushes up against 251 kilos.
I'm pretty sure he could actually press it.
I think you are correct. Unfortunately, not going to work for him here. In the meantime, Islamic Republic of Iran's Saeed Ali Hosseini.
250, we still have 5 guys.
I know. We are in the 250s.
All right, if successful here, this will give Ali Hosseini a 454 total, move him into second overall.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, Ali Hosseini has found his groove when he needed it.
I think so. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights.
251, 3 for 3 in the clean and jerk, and he is currently sitting in second place overall.
It sounds like per Nick Curry, Taranenko has the all-time record at 475.
Rustam Jangabayev, 252 now loaders. 252
Look at this.
kilos. Behdad Salimi, third and final attempt. Islamic Republic of Iran.
He's happy with that lift. And does that guarantee?
Not just yet, but
He's not locked.
it's not locked. I mean, Jangabayev can take something. Salimi will bounce him with the success here, and you got Mart Same. So not guaranteed, but looks good. And this is a third attempt for Salimi, which means Lasha Talakhadze is a done deal.
Yes.
So
I think we knew that going in.
So that'll be interesting to see what he chooses as his third.
So 252 here for Salimi, if successful. 463, second place overall.
Best clean.
Yes.
There was a little flicker.
No.
I think that's going to be good.
Oh, that's good.
And it is.
That's good.
Lights.
I'm really glad to see him come back after Rio. And
Hold on, guys.
oh, come on. No way.
And I've got one question here. Watch on the replay how he drops it. And
His clean is the best of the 3.
clean is great. Watch the flicker of the left arm. And that might have been what got
No way.
the red. I don't know. That might be what got the jury to discuss this. That little extra oomph right as he hits the bottom. And this is a thing.
There
I mean,
are some
it's 4
Iranian
attempts.
fans at the gate by the jury table, including one with a cell phone out, it looks like, filming. The jury is discussing. And they might be taking it away.
After discussion between the jury and the referees, the decision is reversed. No lift.
they take it
Reza
away.
Salimi.
They take it away.
So Salimi will finish with a 453 kilo total. He made 2 attempps that were passed by the judges and overturned by the
And that
referees.
last one I'll add was it was all of the judges. 3 white lights.
It was a 3 white light left. So this happens, and it's unfortunate to see.
Now, unfortunately, that means the Iranian fans
are going to get...
Are making some noise.
And this is what happened in Rio, and it's happening now.
Yeah.
It did not affect Lasha. It's not great to see in terms of sportsmanship, but Jangabayev is going to have to make his attempt here.
Yeah.
It's customary for the crowd to be quiet, and it's not showing the best sportsmanship.
No left.
Heavy. So Salimi holds on to third place.
And what that means is we are down to our final 2 attempts, and one of them belongs to Mark Same, who is coming onto the bar.
Now Salimi is guaranteed third place.
Is he? Yeah, it looks that way.
Because Same with this, he can earn a clean and jerk medal, but he's not going to earn a total medal.
He will finish, if he makes this, 444 kilo total. It'll move him into 5th overall. And the Iranian contingency here in this audience is not letting up.
No. And unfortunately for Mr. Stein here,
he didn't do it.
No bearing anything for it, because Salimi is already guaranteed a bronze, and he is out of the medal hunt. There's some counter cheering for something.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And this place is cheering for the right reasons now. That's a standing O for Same.
3 white lights there. Mark Same takes is that his first senior medal?
No. In Houston, he was silver overall.
Silver overall. But that is a PR.
Well, now he's Lasha is going for the
world
total.
So let's set this up now. Similar to what we saw in the Olympics, a large group of Iranian contingency. The fans were not happy. They were trying to cheer. They were trying to get under Lasha's skin. He did not have any. It did not have any impact on him. And now we are looking at a 257 kilo clean and jerk. And if he is successful, this will be a 468 kilo.
No, 477.
Thank you. Sorry, world record.
And an all-time total record.
Again, Lasha Talakhadze has done the unthinkable.
477 kilo total, 257, and look at this lift. Look at the way he stands up with 257 kilos on his shoulders.
For the 105 plus kilo A category. Just a few moments.
And with that, we have concluded weightlifting at the 2017 IWF World Championships in epic, historic fashion.
I mean, really, could you ask for anything else? 6 for 6 by Georgia's phenom, Lasha Talakhadze.
And Lasha Talakhadze is building his resume toward legendary status.
You know, with that 220, I'm comfortable saying that's legendary. Even if he does nothing else, and all signs point to him doing much more, that is one for the books.
Yeah, I'm pretty speechless. I don't...
Which is not something that happens every day.
No.
Now we figured out what it takes to get Sean Waxman to be quiet, a 220 kilo snatch. There's one person in the world who can do it. So there is our bronze medalist out of Iran, Behdad Salimi. Bronze in the total, silver in the snatch.
453 kilos.
There
Once
is
again,
our 2017 world champion.
And the owner of the heaviest total of all time, regardless of the era.
And heaviest snatch of all time.
And heaviest snatch of all time.
By quite a margin. 220 kilos. Look at this.
Take a look at this again.
257. Wow.
I was hoping to see a 270 clean and jerk, but this is pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I'd say so. And there is our silver medalist. Also,
and there's some emotion there for
Iran.
him, and this was a real up and down day for him.
Yeah.
I mean, when Alexejev came out for his first attempt at 203, it looked like he might have been overmatched.
Yeah.
And then the second one, it just wasn't there. And then he dug out that 203, which held up for a bronze in the snatch. And then in the clean and jerk, you'll see the results. I mean, look at what Ali Hosseini did: 236, 243, 251, and each one got better. I mean, and you can really see him start to feel it. And then in the meantime, Lasha Talakhadze, what can you say? I mean, what can you say? He does this every time he lifts, and he doesn't miss.
No, he doesn't miss.
He doesn't miss, ever.
And of course, in second in the clean and jerk, Estonia's Mart Same with a pretty impressive 253 on his third attempt after missing 251. Here are our total results for the men's plus 105 category. Of course, Georgia's phenom Lasha Talakhadze, world record total 477. Second place, we have Iran's Ali Hosseini. Third place, Bedad Salimi, also of Iran. Make sure to check out the IWF social media pages at IWFnet on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook for training footage, behind-the-scenes info. There is, of course, Georgia's Kaki Kakishvili on screen, one of the greatest lifters of all time. And the young man, Lasha Talakhadze, seems to be following in those footsteps.
So with a heavy heart, I have to say we are calling an end to the 2017 World Championships. Listen to the reaction of the audience here as we replay this with sound. Weightlifting history.
The entire crowd going nuts. Rightfully so. Good to see these two competitors hanging out together. I must say, in general, with the athletes, there is respect for each other. Some of the fans a little rowdy here, but the athletes generally very happy to be competing against each other.
And we know that there's passion, and we know that there's, you know, just emotion involved when the audience is involved. And the thing that happens at these meets sometimes when you see this, it used to happen a lot in the 90s, actually. But, you know, you see the audience start getting on the case of lifters after a fan favorite has something go against him. And, you know, the lifters on the platform didn't do it.
No.
And it's sometimes it's hard to see that happen. And, you know, in Lasha's case, there's just nothing that bothers him.
Yeah, no. And I guarantee you the people that are making all that noise have never been weightlifters before. Because if you're a weightlifter, you would never do that.
All right, with that, we have drawn the men's plus 105 to a close in epic fashion. We'll be back in just a bit with the medal presentation. Stay
2017 IWF World Weightlifting.
Back for the victory ceremony at the Anaheim Convention 05. Our winners are entering this.
We've got a total of 4 medals.
Look at Ali Hosseini. I mean, he's really emotional. He's taking his time getting.
It's been a long road for him.
Yeah.
Long road back.
It's really one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, a true. Him still involved in weightlifting.
Pedro, to put this meet together, he put an incredible presence in weightlifting over the last few years.
Republic of Iran, bronze medalist Saeed Ali Hosseini.
Junior world record holder.
In all 3 lifts.
Yep.
Oh, in both lifts and the total.
Right, thank you. I did the same thing. For all that he's done, he has never stood there.
The silver medalist, representing the Islamic Republic of Iran, Bahadour Salimi.
I mean, a warm reception for Salimi.
Good news for him, whether he made that lift or not, it wasn't going to put him off the medal stand.
Right.
So, thankfully.
And that is a fair point. That is true. It doesn't change the situation, but they didn't cost him the medal, and look at what he did. He ripped it off.
He took his medal off, interestingly. Put it in his pocket. It's good news. Safekeeping. Good to see some camaraderie up there on the podium.
Yeah, and if Salimi is upset, which I understand, he's not upset at Lasha. You know, there's respect here. There's no question about it.
There are your snatch medalists for the 2017 World Championships.
Now the medals for the clean and jerk. The bronze medalist representing the Islamic Republic of Iran, Saeed Ali Hosseini.
Another bronze medal here for Ali Hosseini, and it was in the clean and jerk where he really turned it on.
Yeah.
I mean, his last 2 attempts were pretty epic. 243, 251.
Not bad to get a medal from the great Kakiashvili.
The silver medalist representing Estonia, Mart Singh.
And here is Mart Singh from Estonia. This might be Estonia's only medal in these championships. Silver in the clean and jerk.
The gold medalist representing Georgia.
Man, there's not a whole lot of space in there for him.
They need a different podium for the supers, maybe. I hope that thing's reinforced. There is our gold medalist in the clean and jerk, Georgia's Lasha Talakhadze.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now the medals for the total. The bronze medalist representing the Islamic Republic of Iran, Bahadour Salimi.
There is our bronze medalist in the total.
Bahadour Salimi. And, you know, unfortunate again with these 2 jury overturns, but it is nice to see him smiling. It really is.
Yeah.
And I hope an issue is not made of the fact that he took the medal off before, because you know, I don't think it's that big a deal, but I hope.
The silver medalist,
and he did it again.
The Islamic Republic of Iran.
Both of his medals. Can't put the Mickey in his pocket. There is our silver medalist, also from the Islamic Republic of Iran, Saeed Ali Hosseini. Those stuffed Mickey Mice, by the way, are actually 5 feet tall. Just enormous. There's actually people in there.
From Georgia, Lasha Talakhadze.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 world champion.
And new
world record holder in the total. Not just in the current weight class, but all time.
We had been dreaming and speculating and hoping that we'd see these kind of lifts, and we did, and it did not disappoint.
Gentlemen, remove your hats. Everyone rise if you're able for the anthem of Georgia. Congratulations to our medalists.
So congratulations to our champion.